Hi, and welcome to your final day of the food unit, and you're going to be working on the food summative reflection that you started yesterday. You're going to be graded on your ability to use models to show and or predict the relationships. I'm really asking you to think about how this grocery store visit can really show all the relationships between the different aspects of the food system that we learned about, whether it's food insecurity, the environmental impact of food, the economics of food, human health and nutrition. You're really thinking about how all of these problems are linked together by your $75 worth of food. And the breakdown of the grades with the target being proficient really comes down to how much data and analysis you put into your work. I'm not asking you to write pages and pages of work, but I am looking for you to be able to make connections and really evaluate your choices. So there's three sections. The first section is where you're going to be pasting in your table related to the food that you bought. This is on the first section of the data sheet, so this would be columns A through C. And then also at the bottom of the local, organic, and GMO-free, you're going to be pasting how many foods you bought that were organic, local, and GMO-free. Now, when it comes to the first three questions, the first question is quite broad. I'm really asking you to reflect on, by citing examples from these two tables and also other sources, what were your guiding principles when purchasing food at the grocery store? Was it human health? Was it nutrition? Was it environmental impacts, taste, cuisine? What were the reasons why you bought the foods that you did? The second question is, what themes or patterns do you see with organic, local, and GMO-free purchases? So you could cite evidence from here or here, but also go back into that Jamboard on local, GMO, and organic foods. Use evidence and quotes from that. And also think about your farm bill solutions, especially that Jamboard. Do your foods help support multinational companies, monocultures, large farms? Think about the things that you were buying with your food. And then the third question really gets into the new face of hunger. If I had told you you had $100 or $50, how would you have changed the types of food that you had bought or the quality of the food that you bought? Try and think about how food is related to economic and environmental sustainability and the human condition of poverty versus access and wealth. The second section is all about your human nutritional components. So the first table is going to be what you find in the grocery store data sheet on section 3. So let's go in there. And it's going to be the graph results of the different types of food that you bought. So each food is going to be counted how many you bought of that. You're also going to paste in the nutritional breakdown of your diet, which is going to be right here. And this is all of this information is based off your personal RDVs that you put into this graph. So you should have done the BMR, the protein, fat, and carbohydrate calculators, as well as the fiber and sugar calculators, which you can put here. You're also going to paste in information about your RDVs. And then the final one is the comparison of your grocery store total and daily recommendation, which we can find right here. And this is really going to tell you how many days worth of calories did you buy, and how does it square with the recommendations for what your body needs. So the first question is all about human nutrition. So you could use the work from My Plate or Human Nutrition to really think about specific data points from the tables above in terms of how good is your diet. What were the personal choices and values that you made to make your diet high or low fat, high or low carb, high or low fiber? What were the things that were guiding your choice? The second question is going to be really examining the total calories that you purchased, as well as each macronutrient. What are the strengths and weaknesses of your overall diet when it comes to the foods that you purchased at the grocery store? And does that connect to your answer in question 1? So for example, if I had said up here in my nutritional breakdown of my diet that I was really going to focus on having a huge amount of my diet from fat, but I ended up not doing so hot in my grocery store, I could reflect on what choices I could change. And then when examining your responses in question 1 and 2 for the section, as well as all of the data tables, what food changes do you need to make your grocery store better for human health? Which foods would you reduce or increase or change to get better nutritional value? And do these foods, unfortunately, come with additional economic or environmental costs? Um, so maybe I need more fat in my diet. I'm going to get some almonds. Almonds are definitely more economically expensive than other sources of fat. They are healthier, but they also have a huge environmental cost in terms of water use. And you have lots of resources on Schoology to help you square all of those pieces together. Each of these 3 questions in the 2 sections should be a short paragraph with a claim, evidence, and analysis. I'm not looking for a lot of writing. However, the last question, which is quite open-ended, is where I'm going to be asking you to really do some soul searching and some evaluation by really telling me which component of the food system you would first address in terms of developing a solution. Really think about which problem we discussed over the past 6 weeks might be the keystone towards solving the global food system. And you should cite data, evidence, and learning from specific sources. You can put the sources in bold and parentheses after you cite them to let me know which thing you would solve. I know that it's Friday. I know that vacation just started, so you can work on this today. If you don't finish it today, that's perfectly fine. I have no aspirations to grade tomorrow on my first day of vacation, but we will be starting a new unit when we come back with lots of work and lab work. So this is something that needs to be done sooner than later. Have a great vacation, and I will see you soon. Take care.